today.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Latina Voice Teen Talk. I'm your host today, Rocio Angulo, and I'm so excited to be hosting the first of this new series of interviews that will profile up-and-coming Latina voices from our community. Today, we're going to kick things off with a very special young lady who's going to share a deeply personal story with us, which I'm sure that some of you listeners out there can relate to. She will shed some light and insight on how she has managed a very difficult personal situation and how, in essence, she has emerged and with greater sense of growth. So, Yesenia, I am so happy that you are with us today. Thank you so much. I know this has been a long time coming. I've been reading about you and I've just been so impressed by all your hard work that you've been doing. But more than that, I know that you had a little bit of a tough time with your family. You've been through some things that are very touching, but you've overcome a lot of that, it seems like. So would you mind sharing with us a little bit? Tell us about yourself and your background first.
Hi, thank you for the introduction. My name is Yesenia Gonzalez. I was born in Huntington Park and raised in South Central LA and also in Michoacan, Mexico. I'm currently a student at California State University, Dominguez Hills. I'm a psychology major with a minor in Chicano studies. I plan to attend grad school in the next year, fall 2022. And well, what happened to my family was that my parents immigrated, and one day in 2008, ICE came into our house and my mom wasn't documented. And although she did not open the door, it was still really traumatizing for her and for my little sister to live that experience. Someone had reported her with ICE, and it's something that I wish never had happened because my parents decided that the best thing was for my mom to go back to Mexico so that that person couldn't keep damaging us. And since then, my family has been separated.
And how long ago was that?
It was 13 years ago.
That's a very long time. So how has it affected you? I mean, you must feel so emotionally and mentally, you must have gone through so much being separated from your mother.
Yeah, it was definitely, it really affected not only my mental health, but all my family's mental health. Living separated when the only thing my mom was trying to do was achieve the American dream, but unfortunately things didn't happen as they wanted. But yeah, it has really affected us, and mentally especially.
Yeah, and have you sought any help for this type of disturbance in your life? Have you reached out to anyone in the community, or has there been any services to help you with any of this?
Yeah, so currently my parents are seeing some attorneys that are helping us, but my mom's immigration case is complicated because when she crossed the border, she was caught with a false document and she didn't know what that document was. She was only told to present it, and she did it to have better opportunities. That was her only intention. She didn't intended to do something wrong. And so that's why it's complicated, but we are seeking help from the attorneys, and hopefully one day we can be reunited. And in regards to psychological help, I am also currently attending therapy. I'm individual therapy and group therapy, and it has really helped me over, I would say, not truly overcome, but cope better with this experience.
I think that's very important. I think it's important that many of us, we go through a lot of things and we don't talk about it. We, out of fear, out of not knowing whom to go to, we don't know like how to express ourselves sometimes, and we hold it in, and that can manifest in many different ways. Sometimes it can affect our health. It can affect our relationships. So I'm very proud of you for going and seeking therapy. You know, maybe another idea could be you and your father together can go as a family therapy session also. Those are out there and available, from what I understand. And that can also help the two of you, because it's, I know it's not only you, it's you and your father going through this. So it must be really tough on him too. Raising a young daughter like yourself, kind of as a single dad, although he's really not.
Yeah, yeah, it's been 13 years with a lot of hard experiences that have been occurring.
Yeah, and tell me about, I was reading your bio and I'm just so impressed with all the schooling that you've done. You know, it seems like you've really dived into the education part of your life, which is so fantastic. Is this a way for you to also work on your family's issue?
Yeah, so um, the reason I want to major, or I'm majoring in psychology, it has to do with this situation, how it has impacted my mental health. So I want to help other people who have been through similar experiences. And I also decided to minor in Chicano studies to understand better the issues in our communities, uh, because it has really helped me understand things in different perspective. Even I took a Chicano class that was about immigration, just to see if there was a way that I could help my family. And so, yeah, my study, my education has a lot to do with my experiences that I hope to um, incorporate personal experience as professional.
I think that's so wonderful. And I think that fact that you are pursuing an education, a higher education, and that you are a McNair scholar, is that,
Yeah,
that's very impressive. And, you know, for a young person to be going through all this turmoil with her family and focus on study must be very hard. Do you also work?
so I'm currently part of a research lab. So I would consider that as a job. But next semester, I will also be working as a peer coach for a program on campus for transfer students. And so, yeah, that would be my part-time job besides working in a research lab.
That's fantastic. You're doing a lot. And what about, like, you live in California? Have you met a lot of young girls that are in your situation also? Or have you, in your neighborhood, or have you seen or heard of other families going through similar issues with immigration and deportation and that sort of
Uh,
stories?
I've heard, since honestly, I don't go out as much as possible. But at school, I've met a lot of people that has similar situations, that are going through similar things. And yeah, it's like, when someone has lived through something similar as you, it just like you connect with those with those people, and it just sad that you know other people who experience those things too.
Yeah, but it's also, do you find maybe like a sense of community and support when you meet
Yeah,
people in your position?
yeah, definitely.
You can
It
lean on
is
each
a
other.
lot of, sorry.
You can lean on each other.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of support that you feel when you meet people like that.
That's great. So at Latina Voices, you know, we are hoping to spread stories like yours in order to help other young people, especially here in Teen Talk. So what would your advice be for someone in your position, a young Latina? What kind of advice would you give them in terms of reaching their goals and not giving up and keeping that American dream in sight, even though you've been through so much?
I think that it's important that we thank our families for all their sacrifices. And a good way to thank them is working hard for our goals. We can achieve whatever we set our minds to. And it's important that we do so so that we can appreciate them and be hardworking people as they are.
Yes, that's a really good message. I know a lot of us, myself included, my parents immigrated here from Peru, and it was hard. It was really hard in the beginning, but to get used to different customs and learn new languages and just adapt to an entirely different environment. So I appreciated my family so much and all the hard work that they did, and I wanted to make them proud because it sounds like that's what you're wanting to do too. You want to make them proud and kind of give back for all the work that they've done to bring you here.
Yeah. Yeah, because even though things didn't work as they expected, they still have provided my sister and me a lot of things, a lot of support.
Absolutely. So one of the other things I know of you is that you make jewelry.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. Let me see if I can share some of this. So tell me about this. I'm a jewelry girl too. I wear my earrings, and so I love this concept that you're going, and I see your banner, your name is Proud Chicana Jewelry. So tell me a little bit about this. Tell me about your jewelry.
Okay, so I started doing jewelry since I was maybe like 4 or 5 years old. Uh, it started because coming from a low income family, my mom did not have a lot of money to buy expensive gifts for her friends. So instead of buying those gifts, she would make bracelets herself and give them to her friends. And I would see her doing them, and I would sit next to her so that she could teach me how to do them. And it was like, okay, but at first my dad didn't want to because he thought that I was going to put the beads in my mouth. But my mom was always taking care of me and making sure that everything was okay. So she taught me, and she also um, makes clothes. And when she also at that time used to make yard sales, and for the little girl's outfit, I would make a bracelet, and she would put it in hang it in with the outfit. And whenever she did a sale, she would give me $1 for the bracelet. So I continued doing them for my friends. And when I was like 3 or like 4 or 5 years old, when people would ask me, what do you want to do when you grow up? I would say pulserera. Uh, I knew that it was not a job, or well, I didn't knew at that time, but I guess I created that word. Um, and so when I moved to Mexico, I continued doing them for my friends over there, and also um, selling them at home. And when I started middle school, I took them with me in school, and I thought I was going to get in trouble, but no. Even my teachers bought bracelet from me, and it was a really good experiences. When I came back to the U.S. 4 years ago, I was thinking about starting a business, but I didn't have any idea how to do it, how to set things up in online, or shipping, or whatever was needed to start it. And about 2 months ago, I was like, okay, I'm always thinking about starting it, but I don't do anything to start it. So I'm just going to stop overthinking, and I'm going to get started. And I started doing research. I asked some friends for help, because they kind of have an idea of how this works. So they helped me, and I started about a little over a month ago. And I enjoy doing this because it just reminds me of my childhood, my mom's effort, and it just really amazing to do this jewelry.
I think that is such a great way of to express yourself and to keep your mother in mind. And something that she taught you and that she was doing since you were 4 or 5 years old. And that is so wonderful. And I can't wait to buy one. Where can we find you at?
So I have a Facebook and Instagram, although I'm more involved on Instagram. It's Proud Chicana Jewelry.
Oh, Chica.
And you can find a link in the bio, which is an Etsy shop. And you can find all the bracelets I have there.
Okay, I'm really gonna, I want to buy one for my daughter too. Do you have for a small, I might have my daughter's Valentina, she's 6 years old.
Yeah, I have some that are for like smaller for little girls. I don't have enough, but I will be creating more soon.
Okay, let me know when they come out.
Okay, I will.
So I wanted to also just say that I want to thank you, Yesenia, because I know that it's difficult. And I know I started off by saying that too, but I know it's hard to talk about uh, emotional, difficult times that we go through. But I want you to know that we're here for you too at Latina Voice. And we want to be able to help in any way that we can, either whether you need a mentor or just some guidance, or Dr. Johanna Laporte, she knows a lot of the legal aspects of how she can help you. So I'm so glad that we connected and that you were so gracious to let us into your life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I hope, let me know when the jewelry is ready and I'll come.
Yeah, I will be posting on my Instagram whenever I have new listings. I always post them there.
Yeah, and what I also think about your story is that, you could have given up, or you could have said, I just can't do this. I don't know where I'm going. I don't have my mom with me, but instead you persevered and you kept going and you're still going. And just one last piece of advice for the young Latinas out there from you. How do you keep on going like that, Yesenia? How do you find it in you?
I think it's hard to keep going, but what I think has helped me is thinking about helping others who have, as I mentioned before, who have been through similar experiences, and helping my family in some ways. And I think that's what has kept me going because yeah, there were times I did feel like, okay, I can't anymore, but I thought about my family, about my goals, and it just kept me moving forward.
There's nothing like family, familia. Muchísimas
Exactamente.
gracias, Yesenia. Suerte y gracias por tu tiempo.
Muchas gracias.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you soon. We'll see you next time on Latina Voice Teen Talk. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.